All right, guys, let's go ahead and get started. So it's going to be a tricep workout. We're going to do 4 different exercises, focusing on different parts of the tricep, different weight levels. So we'll be adjusting the dumbbells. So that's all you're going to need, dumbbells and a bench. That's it. So first thing first, we're going to get started with a warm-up. I always like to do this style of warm-up, whether I'm doing cardio, whether I'm doing weightlifting. I always like to get the heart rate elevated, get the body moving before I hop into any type of workout. So that's what we're going to do first, all right? So we're going to start with high knees, just getting the blood flowing. All right, here we go. Just driving those knees up into the chest. And this is gonna be a pretty typical hypertrophy style workout, so there are gonna be rest periods, and in the rest periods, I'll come up and see if there's any questions or comments that I can respond to, or try to give you some tips and advice for things that I like to do in my training. Or nutrition too, you guys can ask about nutrition as well, whatever you like. Drive those knees on up, let's go. All right, we're gonna bring it back with a butt kick. Getting the heels all the way to the glutes. Let's get that heart rate going up a bit. Let's go, let's go. If you guys were here last week and did the bicep one, you have to let me know how your biceps feel, because my biceps were sore for like 3 days after that. Jumping jack. Let's get moving. All right, we're gonna go down to the ground with an inchworm. I want you to do a push-up at the bottom. So walk it down, push up, bring those hands back underneath, bring it back up. All right, if the push-up is too much, that's fine. Just walk it out. You don't need to do the push-up, but if you can, try to get everything nice and ready for action. We're gonna be using shoulder joint, elbow joint mostly today. So getting these joints loose in this warm-up is gonna be pretty crucial. I swear, guys, come on. I normally warm up anywhere from 5 to 8 minutes. If it's a leg day, I might warm up for like 15 minutes because, you know, that gets pretty brutal. One more here. All right, we're gonna go arm circles. So don't just do this without thinking about what you're actually trying to do. You want to think about really trying to drive your shoulder blades together in your back. Get that scapular retraction as you pull back. Squeeze those shoulder blades. Let's get those joints ready. Big circles, pulling back. And same thing, just switching direction. Pull those shoulder blades together in the back. And last one here, we're gonna go back down to the ground. We're gonna do mountain climbers. Just drive the knees into the chest. Keep your core tight. Make sure that your wrists are right underneath your shoulders. Your butt should not be flying up in the air. Keep that core tight. Drive those knees in. Make sure you're breathing. And relax, good work. All right, guys, so that was a little warm up. Grab your water if you have any, which you should. And let's get ready, all right? So first exercise, I'm gonna be doing a lying skull crusher. So we're gonna do this on the flat bench. You can do this on the floor if you don't have a bench. However, you're gonna limit your range of motion just a little bit. So if you don't have a bench, maybe you can prop your upper back up with some pillows or like a foam roller or something like that to give you a little bit more range of motion on this. But if you have a bench, of course, we're gonna use that, right? So flat bench here. First one, I'm gonna go a little bit lighter because it's gonna be the first set of the day. So I'm just gonna go with 25 pounds for each dumbbell. We're gonna go for 8 to 10 reps here, all right? We're gonna do 3 sets total. So you're just gonna lay back on your bench, bring them up. You're gonna bring your elbows, keep them kind of tight to your to the bench and to your body. Bring them down and extend back up. All right. We're gonna hit 8 to 10 of these. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, let's get 10. Nice, good. All right, you go ahead and put the weight back. We're trying to go a little bit heavier here on the second set, especially since, that was the first one, still kind of getting loose. So now we're gonna increase the weight. I'm gonna bring it up to 40 here. And this will be the weight that I select for the next 2 sets. So we're doing 3 sets total here. We're gonna go with 60-second rest in between. So I'm gonna start my timer right now. So it'll be a little bit over 60 seconds. But make sure you guys are taking the proper amount of rest for the goals that you're trying to accomplish. So if your goal is more strength and muscle building, then a minute rest is actually kind of on the lower end. You might wanna have something more like 2 minutes, even 3 minutes, depending on just exactly how much you're trying to focus in on strength, because you need to be able to recover in between sets to have better output on each set. If you're trying to focus more on just trying to get shredded, get leaner, burn calories, then your rest periods can be much shorter, somewhere around 60 seconds or so. So this one is more so just like kind of giving you guys some ideas what you can do for different exercises, different workouts. So we're gonna keep that a minute, so it's not too much of me talking to myself or anything like that here on the live. All right, we got 10 more seconds. So we're gonna go on to that second set. Again, guys, ask any questions. So in between rest periods or in between periods, I can come up and answer these questions. All right, next set. Same thing. Looking for that 8 to 10 rep range. It's a little bit heavier now. So if I only get 8 reps, I'm okay with that. But we're trying to push ourselves. I always like to go close to failure if I can. Keep that form tight. Form over ego all the time. Looking good. Try to get 2 more so I can get this 8. Nice, good. Yeah, that was definitely tougher for sure, so I'm gonna stay with that 40. Felt good. All right, we'll reset that timer. Go back to 60 seconds. All right, let's see. How do you put the dumbbells down if you're getting close to failure? So it depends on what type of exercise you're doing. So on this one, you might not want to get that close to failure. Like try to leave maybe 3 reps in the tank because it is a dangerous position. So if you're back behind yourself, of course, if you're getting close to failure, you don't just want to drop it because that's not going to be good, right? So I always try to keep it tight to the body and then release it on the way down. I'll show you on the next set. But yeah, if you're doing something that's more above your head, like a skull crusher, like we're doing, I would recommend making sure that you're not getting too close to failure because that can be dangerous, right? But on this next set, I'll show you kind of how to have a little bit better of a dismount if you're doing something more traditional out in front of your body. All right, we got about 10 seconds here. Whew. I'm feeling it. Triceps already lit up. Here we go. Last set here. Sticking with that 40. Here we go. Make sure you guys notice my tempo as well. I'm not trying to go too fast. I'm really trying to control the weight. Aiming for about 2 seconds on the way down, 2 seconds on the way up. Nice. That's 4, 5, 6, last 2. One more. And this is what I was talking about as far as how to dismount the weight. I like to keep it tight to my body. So a lot of times I see people go out like this, and you put your shoulder in a bad position. So if you keep it tight to your body, you can kind of just roll it down, that way. If you can, of course, you're gonna try to bring it up here, but a lot of times if you're at failure, you're not able to bring it all the way up there. I would just say make sure you keep your elbows tight to the body, because as soon as you start to bring your elbow further out, you put your shoulder in a more unstable position that can lead to possible injuries. So keep it tight to the body and kind of roll to the side and drop it. All right, of course, we have these nice dumbbells here, so you don't want to be throwing those around. They are pretty durable though, so I've dropped them a couple times and they're pretty solid, so should be fine. But of course, I don't recommend throwing dumbbells around no matter what you have. All right, guys, so that was the first exercise. We're gonna move on to the second one here. Next, we're gonna go with some dips. So we're gonna use the bench again. So if you don't have access to the bench, you can use chair, couch, whatever you have at home that you can use. I'm gonna load up the dumbbells all the way up to 80 pounds and place it on my, kind of like my hips. That way I can add some weight. Actually, I might not go 80, I might go like 60 because I'm already feeling a little bit. So I'll probably go 60. We're gonna aim for a little bit higher rep range, just adding on 2 to 4 reps. So we're just gonna go for 10 to 12 reps on this next set. Again, 3 sets, all right? Oh yeah, I'm feeling the burn, guys. You can hear it in my breath. When I start to stutter, that's how I know I'm starting to feel it. All right, so I'm gonna turn the bench here so you guys can get a little bit better angle. And we're gonna load it up. Let's go 60 on this first one. Like I said, we're gonna try to hit 10 to 12 reps. The thing with the dips, if your legs are straight, it's gonna be more difficult. If you bring your feet more underneath your knees, you have a little bit more support, less weight that you're moving, so it'll be a little bit easier. So when you have weight, you kind of have to go in a middle position. If you're trying to go further out, obviously the weight can slide down. So find a happy spot where the weight feels comfortable, and then place it there, grab the bench behind you, walk it on out, and then we're gonna try to go down nice and deep. Keep that chest elevated if you can. Trying to get that 10 to 12 reps. Can't go wrong with dips. Again, check that tempo. See, I'm going nice and controlled. A lot of people go like this, don't get that full range of motion. Let's get down there, get to 90 degrees at the elbow joint, fire back up. I lost count, I think that's 6 or 7. 8, 9, 10, last 2. Ooh, yeah, it burns. Good. Yep, definitely happy I didn't do 80 pounds because I was feeling that 60. All right, so I'm gonna keep it the same for the next 2 sets because I was feeling pretty good for 12 reps. How you guys feeling? You guys doing good? Triceps burning like mine yet? Also, so that you know, let me start this timer. I don't normally do just like triceps on their own. Normally this will be part of my push day in total. So I might do 3 or 4 of these exercises included in my push day. So when I do push, I train chest, shoulders, and triceps. So normally I wouldn't be doing just triceps alone. You guys have any questions for me? We have about 20 more seconds of rest. Oh, Albert, I guess I answered your question. Yeah, my normal split right now, I'm actually doing a 4-day split. I do a full body day, and then I take a rest day, then I do a push day, then I do a leg day, then I do a pull day. So that's my normal schedule currently. Yeah, that's right. Sometimes a good targeted workout does feel good. You can just isolate on one thing. So especially if you have a weak point that you're trying to focus on. So let's say that you know you're trying to develop your triceps more than any other muscle groups, then yeah, you can focus in on doing exercises like this or workouts like this more so than other things. That way you can focus in and grow that specific region. All right, here we go. Round 2. Lock it in. Boom. Try to get those legs straight if you can. Not all the way though, because that weight's gonna roll right off you. Here we go. 4. Get deep. 6, looking good. 7. 8. 9, oh yeah, they're lit. 10, we'll do 2 more. Last one. Sheesh. Yep, they're on fire. Try to shake it out a bit. Starting that clock. Going 60 seconds again here. So this week, I actually didn't train yesterday, so I missed my push day. Normally I'm pretty good at sticking to my schedule. However, you know, sometimes body's just not feeling it. So didn't make it to the gym yesterday. So I was considering doing a whole push in this session. But last week we just focused on biceps. So I was like, let's just focus on triceps in this session. But maybe next week on Thursdays, I normally hit leg day. So if we hit a full leg workout, that'll be brutal. We'll see what happens. All right, guys, we got 20 seconds. How you feeling? You guys should tell me what type of splits do you normally do, so I have a good idea of what I can try to implement in for the next session, for the next live class. All right, we got 10 seconds. My triceps are lit. Feels good though. Oh no, I want to do a leg day. See, I'm scared of my own leg days. Leg day is the only day where I wake up like, but you know, gotta get it in. Last set here, let's bust them out. Keep that form tight. Try to get 10 to 12 reps. Full range of motion, let's get it. That's 5, 6, 7, let's finish. 8, almost there. I'm gonna hit 3 more. Last one. Oh yeah. I'm glad that's over. All right, put that back. Moving on to the third exercise, which is gonna be a tricep kickback. Yeah, B, leg days, B. Put me out of commission for like 4 or 5 days until the next one, right? All right, we're gonna do tricep kickbacks here. So this one, we're gonna deload the weight a pretty good amount just because of the form and the way that your body is, your torso is bent over here, and the actual movement of your tricep, you're not gonna be able to move that much weight. So even myself, I've been training for years and I only go up to probably like 20 pounds max on this exercise. So I'm gonna keep it at 15 here for the kickbacks, have a good bend, making sure I keep my chest popped up as I go down, hips back, and extending, keep my elbows tight to my body, and extending out with that kickback. All right, so that's what we're doing here. We're gonna be going even higher reps now, so looking at a 12 to 15 rep range. Put these at 15. And let's go ahead and get started with it. So bend it down, hips back, chest pop towards the ground, elbows tight, extend it, trying to get your arm fully extended. 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh yeah, it burns. 6, 7, 9. Hit 3 more. Ah, 15. Whew. Set that timer for 60 seconds for a rest period. One thing you guys can keep in mind when you're doing this exercise, or a lot of exercises where you're bent over, if you start to feel in your lower back, you can use your bench to have a chest supported. So I'll show you that on the next one, because sometimes your lower back is taxed during the week, especially if you're doing a lot of heavier lifts. For example, I did deadlifts and squats earlier this week, so even just bending over right now, my back is a little tender. So I'm actually gonna go ahead and use the bench to give me a little bit of support to take that load off the lower back to be able to perform these with still good form, but a little bit less focus on an isometric hold in that lower back region. All right. We got 20 seconds. Hydrate. When I feel it in my back, makes you want to puke. I know, right? It's the worst when you start feeling things in your back when you shouldn't be. But you know, anytime you're holding in a position like that, it's natural for your lower back to feel it. And if you're doing other things throughout the week too, that puts pressure on it, you know, it kind of comes with the territory. So we need to protect it as much as we can. And of course, you want to try to strengthen it by doing other exercises that we focus in on that that area of the body. So yeah, just use your bench if you need to. That's what I'm gonna do here. Give it a little bit extra support. That way you can recover in between sessions. All right, here we go. About to get after it. So I'm gonna put this on the second one here. This bench doesn't have too many options. Put my chest on this. Kind of awkward to get in position. Elbows up, and I'm gonna kick it back. So here, shouldn't really feel anything in your lower back. Still trying to keep your chest popped. Getting those arms as fully extended as you can. That's 12 for me, got 3 more. Nice, good work. So that's a good tip that you guys can use, adding in that bench if you start to feel things in your lower back, especially if you're doing, like for example, another one you could do is bent over rows. If you're doing back work and you're pulling here, sometimes you can start to feel it. So you can use that chest supported to give you a little bit of relief on that lower back. All right, guys, we got one more set of the kickbacks, and then we're gonna move to our last exercise, which is gonna be an isometric hold like we did last week for the biceps. So we're gonna finish with isometric, which is always fun. All right, stay with me, y'all, stay with me. Let's burn out these triceps. So we got legs. Oh, here goes another question. How do you strengthen your back? So if you're really trying to focus in on your lower back, then doing exercises like back extension is great. Even just core work in general. So if you do like planks, isometric holds, even if you're doing, you can do like Supermans. There's a lot of different exercises where you can really focus in on the back. You can do rack pulls if you want to add more weight, more resistance. You can do deadlifts. Deadlifts are great to strengthen that lower back to make sure you keep that form tight. Because a lot of times people actually mess up their body doing deadlifts if they're not doing it with proper form. But those are probably my favorites. So I'll say, if you're looking for something more loaded, deadlifts, you could even like do the rack pulls, like I said. What's another good loaded one? You could even load up your planks over time if you add some weight. So those are probably my top 3 that you can really focus in on doing back work. All right, guys, let's hit this last set. Here we go. Last 15. 9, it's 10, 12, 13, 14, one more, 15. Good. All right, guys, so we'll put that back. Next one, we're just gonna use a single dumbbell. You can load it up. I'm gonna go for, let's go 50 pounds for me on this first one. We're just gonna hold it over our head so our triceps take that load. You can do it seated. You can even do it here against the bench like this too. That way you have a little bit more support. Well, if the bench is against the wall, if not, it might lean over some. I'm just gonna do it sitting down. Just gonna hold it here with a bend in the elbow. So you're constantly under tension. You're gonna hold that isometric, keeping it tight, trying to hold for 20 seconds, all right? So 20 seconds, 3 rounds, and that's it. Let's go ahead, get it going. All right, here we go. So holding it here, not all the way down. If you hold it all the way down, then there isn't any point in this. It's just the joints taking the load. So we're gonna hold it with a little bit of tension there. So about halfway up. Just holding that weight. Trying to keep it tight. Control it. If it starts to fall, take it down because it is a dangerous position. You don't want any extra strain on your shoulder. All right, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Oh, my ponytail's coming undone. That's how you know real work is happening. All right, going into this rest period, it's gonna be a shorter rest period, only going for 30 seconds of rest. I'm gonna go right back into the second set. I'll be taking a nap after this. Hey, you aren't the only one. I'll be right there with you. My dog's over here sleeping in the corner. I'm jealous. All right, time to get back to the next set. Here we go. I like to use my leg to pop it up to get it up onto my shoulder and then reach it around. Pop it up, onto the shoulder, grab it in position, get the hands right, pull it behind the head. Hold. I forgot to start my watch, so I'm just gonna count in my head. Make sure you're not using the bottom head of the dumbbell to lay it against your body. Don't do that. Otherwise, you're taking the purpose away. Keep that tension on, let it burn. We'll say 10 seconds. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Woo! Fire. Sheesh. One more round, guys. One more round, and we can get into that nap. Oh yeah, my hair is all messed up now. Good job, guys. Uno más. Let's work. All right, we got 8 seconds. Let's get ready. All right, here we go. Use that knee, use the leg, pop it up onto the shoulder, reach it around. All right, remember, it's not all the way down. You want to work the muscle. Hold it about halfway. Take deep breaths, get your mind right. Think happy thoughts, you know. It's the last set and we're done. Give me 10 more seconds. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice, good. Good work. My triceps feel great after that. All right, guys. Let me know how you're feeling. Let me know if you have any questions. I'm here to answer them. You guys going right to the nap, huh? He said, no, I don't have any questions. I'm going to sleep. Way to work, guys. I guess next week, might have to do a leg day, huh? Is that the vote? Let me know what you guys want to see next session. Good job, guys. Thanks for tuning in. Nah, it definitely wasn't easy. Triceps are lit up. I know, right? Wake up, work out, go back to sleep. Sounds like a beautiful life. Yeah, leg day's brutal, but you know, it's a love-hate relationship. You can't be out here with skinny legs and a big upper body. You know, you just can't do that. Yeah, legs are a real deal for sure. All right, well, let's plan for that next time then, all right? Let's plan for that next time. Well, I appreciate you guys tuning in. And yeah, next week we can try to do a leg session. I'll try to work my schedule around because normally on Thursdays, I train legs at the gym. So I don't know how I feel about doing legs here and then a couple hours later going to the gym and doing legs. So, whew. Yeah, no bueno. That's definitely more motivating when you can train with someone, especially, well, it has to be the right someone, because I've been in the gym with the wrong someone and the motivation was not there. So yeah, if you have someone that you can really push you, hold you accountable, it makes a difference for sure. Even for myself, I've been training for years, but even when I'm with someone that's pushing me, it makes a difference for me as well. So I definitely feel you on that. All right, guys. Well, I appreciate you tuning in. Hopefully you enjoyed that little tricep session. Mine are lit. So everyone have a blessed day. I look forward to seeing you guys next time.